Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I rise to support the motion, motion number 646, moved so very well indeed by my friend and colleague, Mr Ondarchi. And I have to say right at the beginning that if anybody in the general community is listening to this afternoon, I feel very sorry for them. Because listening to government members this afternoon, they would be absolutely convinced that we have a government that is totally out of touch with reality, that there is no chance that they will ever stray back to it. They would think that members of this government actually believe what they say when they say Victoria is booming. They would think as they look around at their local supermarkets or shopping centres, should I say, and they see empty shop after empty shop after empty shop, full lease sign after full lease sign, empty car parks indeed, Mr Ondarchi. They would look at that and they would then listen to members of this government telling them how good things are in Victoria. And they would be wondering, what the hell is going on here? And they would be justified in wondering what the hell is going on here. In fact, I'm wondering what the hell is going on here. It is extraordinary, and I have said this in the House before, and I've suggested to government members that they do it. Obviously, they haven't, but they really should. Go for a walk down the steps here at the front of the building. Go for a walk down Bourke Street. Ms Shing is obviously going for a walk down Bourke Street. That's good. She should go for a walk down Bourke Street, and she should, indeed all the government members should count the number of empty shops, the number of closed restaurants, the number of for lease signs that there are in Bourke Street. That's just one street. That's just one street.
Ms Shing.
I'd like Mr Finn to withdraw the assertion that I'm leaving the chamber to go for a walk down Bourke Street, please. Completely untrue. It's not debating. No, not generally.
It was reflecting on the member.
I'm not going to leave a parliamentary sitting to go for a walk down Bourke Street, Mr Finn. That's a reflection.
I think you should. Help your general knowledge.
Thank you. Mr Finn, we do try to avoid reflecting on other members, and if the member has taken offence, I do ask you to withdraw.
I'm very happy to withdraw, Madam Deputy President, but I think it would just add to the perception of the electorate that this government's totally out of touch if they think going for a walk down Bourke Street is an insult. I mean, that is just extraordinary. That is just extraordinary.
On a point of order, Ms Shing.
Deputy President, Mr Finn's flouting your ruling. I've just been issued with a conditional withdrawal. I'd really just like for him to withdraw what he said and to move on.
Okay, Mr Finn, I did ask you to withdraw, and if you could.
I said I withdraw. I just find it extraordinary.
So Mr Finn, excuse Mr Finn, Mr Finn, no qualifications to it. Can you just move on with your? Well, can you just move on with your contribution without referring to Ms Shing, please?
Well, I was. Look, if I could go the rest of my life without referring to Ms Shing, I would. Believe me. But I'd be very pleased. I'd be very pleased.
There's no need for a point of order, Mr Finn. You are flouting my ruling. I've asked you not to refer to Ms Shing. Can you please just move on with your contribution on the motion, not about Ms Shing, please?
Oh, dear me. Well, Mr Mellor might like to go for a walk down Bourke Street because members of the government should go for a walk down Bourke Street, and they should count the empty shops. They should count the closed restaurants. They should count the full lease signs that are down Bourke Street and Swanson Street and Elizabeth Street and all the other streets in the city. The CBD is dead. It's dead, and this government killed it. Daniel Andrews killed Melbourne. And they get over here, they have the audacity to get up and tell us how great things are. What world are they living in? They're certainly not living in Melbourne. This is just an extraordinary exhibition by government members today at denying reality. The reality of the matter is, Victoria, as things stand today, Victoria is stuffed. It's stuffed. And Daniel Andrews stuffed it. Whether it be country areas, whether it be suburban areas, whether it be the CBD, as I say, it's all the same story. Victoria, if it's not dead, it's on life support, they're about to turn it off. And that is the tragic situation that we are in today. And that's why Mr Ondarchi brings this motion to the House today. It's not about government MPs grandstanding, as some of them are particularly good at. It's about expressing concern about Victoria's future. It's about getting a plan for Victoria's future. And we all know that Daniel Andrews is just making it up as he goes along. I mean, it's quite extraordinary when you consider that some people might actually vote for this bloke next time, if indeed he's still around. It's quite extraordinary given his track record. I mean, he has monumentally screwed this up. Even The Age, hardly a great fan of the Liberal Party, even The Age has said this is an example of how not to do things, is a template indeed of how not to do things. When The Age says that about a Labor government, you better believe that something's desperately wrong. And it is. And you don't have to go very far in Victoria to find out. Go for a walk down Bourke Street and ask people if indeed you can find anybody. If indeed, well, apparently you can't go for a walk. Some people will take a point of order and say going for a walk down Bourke Street is apparently obscene or something. I don't know, it's all very odd. This government's getting weirder by the day. It has to be said, and nothing is quite as weird as what we've seen it here today. That is the most bizarre thing I think I've ever seen in 22 years in Parliament. But the fact of the matter, Madam Deputy President, is that Victoria needs new direction. Victoria needs new energy. Victoria needs a new government. The old one is broken and it cannot be fixed. It cannot be fixed. Just have a look at the IBAC inquiry this week and you'll find out just how broken it is. While Victorians are suffering under their 6th lockdown, you know, the 7-day lockdown that's gone for nearly 4 months, while Victorians are suffering, while they're losing their jobs, while they're losing their businesses, while they're losing their homes, while they're losing their families, and tragically, while some are even losing their lives, this government is all about itself. It's all about branch stacking. It's all about fixing pre-selections. It's all about the internal machinations of the ALP. And unfortunately, that's what the Premier excels at. Can't do much else, but he's pretty good at manipulation of internal ALP instruments. He's really good at that, but he's not much good at anything else, sadly. Madam Deputy President, I urge members of the House to support Mr Ondarchi's motion, Mr Davis' motion, so ably moved by Mr Ondarchi. I urge the House to support this motion. I think it is a very, very important one, and I think it is one that the people of Victoria are actually crying out for. You know, they are looking for leadership. They are looking for direction. And at the moment, when they look at Daniel Andrews, they look at the Labor Party, there is none. There is none. There is zero. There is zilch. As I say, he's making it up as he goes along, from day to day, almost minute to minute. He's making the whole thing up. And there is no vision, there is no hope across Victoria. There is no hope. And that in itself is a tragedy. And you just have to go to a playground and talk to a few kids, and they'll tell you their future is gone as far as they're concerned. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. What's happened in this state is criminal, quite literally, I think. But what we need to do is to get our act together, or Victoria will never recover. Unfortunately, under this government, under this Premier, it won't.